So here we are. Thanks for joining the Discord today. This is Marshall speaking. We're going to go over, I know there's a lot of questions out there today around what Datametrex is doing, what the business direction is, and where we're heading. We're going to attempt to address almost all of that today on the call. And then the things that we're not allowed to address on the call, we can address on the call, we'll be addressing shortly. And in addition today, we have some additional people on the call from Datametrex. Charles Park, our COO, is here. Charles, you want to say hello?
Hi, everyone. I'm glad to be on today's call.
So thanks for joining us, Charles. Charles has some information and insight that he's going to share with us later. But in this case, let's get started. So Datametrex here is obviously making a lot of changes lately and reevaluating different pieces of the business and moving forward. So lately, in the last few weeks, months, management and the board have been and continue to evaluate, all aspects of the business, including all verticals and different pieces that we are tied into. And at this point in time, the board and management feel that we need to make some changes around what we're doing here in order to ensure, the longevity of the business, the continuity of the business, and our ability to do business in the future. So we believe that, partial pivots here are in order, and we're going to be rolling out some of that information as we speak. This morning we rolled out another one of those. It's been a tough market. We're seeing a lot of companies that we used to compete with or that we used to do business with going out of business, ceasing to exist, no longer able to function for various reasons, etc. And we don't want to be in that bunch at some point. So even like I said, some of the companies we're competing with, they're now gone. They're no longer here. So we want to do this, to stay focused, to make sure that we have a more focused approach, make sure that we have a deep strategy and one that's going to be more resilient than some of our previous strategies have been. And more resilient to making changes to the business units, more resilient to different market conditions, more resilient to changes in the weather, basically, and how things are going. So to that end, we will be making changes to business units that are not performing in the way that we want them to. We've already done some of that, cutting back some expenses in units that we're not producing, cutting overall expenses in general, where areas we're not producing, pulling a few things back here and there in order to ensure, like I said, the longevity of the business and what we need to do to ensure that we continue to operate, in a productive manner. Now, to that end, as I said earlier, we faced a lot of headwinds in the past year. We've been doing a lot of evaluating of the different assets around what is working, what's not working, etc. So right now, some of those headwinds are as such. We're not getting enough of the traction that we want with our AGPT products in Canada and the US. We believe in it. We think that the tech works. We think it has a lot to offer. We're just not finding the right fits for it right now. That being said, the tech is working in other areas. We're just having a hard time in the headwinds right now in the current market. DMEVS, as you guys saw this morning, if anybody that was watching, we intend to divest that. It's not getting the traction that we want at the moment. We're not getting enough penetration in the markets to date, and for the market penetration that we do have, we're not getting enough returns to sustain this for a long-term product right now. And we think that divesting this and moving it over somewhere where somebody can take it and build that would be the best way to combat these headwinds. On that front, though, in that area, the healthcare is looking surprisingly promising from these units. That said, what we're going to do, as we're reevaluating these pieces and making sure that we can continue in the areas that we are still invested in with the healthcare and the AI. So we're going to be starting to lean into some of the strengths that we have here, and what is working in these units and what we can do with them, and what we can do with them to ensure that the business continues, that we're able to bring value, and we're able to produce more revenue and more profit in these areas, and shed some of the areas that are underperforming, stuff that's dragging us down, stuff that's requiring too much attention from us, stuff that's requiring too much capital that we could be using in other areas. And then we can take this, save the capital that we save, the time that we save, the distractions that we save, and refocus those on the pieces that are, showing promise and are showing returns on the market areas we have, and et cetera. And, as a management group and the board, we all believe that this is the right direction to go for Datametrex in order to ensure the longevity of the company, the longevity of the business, and that we're going to be around in 10 years still producing and working on the products and pieces that we have in the fold right now. Now, so in order to explain some of the strengths that we're working on here in both the healthcare verticals, the different tech areas that we're involved in, etc., Charles is going to come in and he's going to talk to us a bit about the strengths that we're working on, and then where we're going a bit from there. So Charles, would you like to talk about some of these strengths that we're working on here?
Sure thing, Marshall. First of all, thank you for outlining the challenges we're facing, as well as mentioning a few of the changes we plan on making. Before I continue, can the mods just let me know if my sound's coming in okay? Okay, looks like we're good. All right, so as we transition into discussing the core strengths of our business, it's important to recognize the areas that not only show resilience, but also possess the potential for growth. And so focusing strategically on these strengths is crucial for our stability and future success. I want to start with our healthcare division. So our healthcare division remains a consistent and reliable contributor to our revenue. Its performance, underscores the robust demand within the healthcare sector and our ability to capitalize on this demand effectively. The reason we choose to focus on the healthcare industry is due to its relative stability, especially in times of downturns and economic shifts. And so we want to position this division as a vital part of our overall business strategy, providing a steady base for our growth. The next piece I want to touch upon is DMEVS. So a critical component of our strategic realignment is the sale of DMEVS, which was announced earlier today. So three key factors went into this decision. And Marshall touched upon this, but number one is our deep and narrow strategy or focus. Number two is the capital intensive nature of the DMEVS business. And number three is our commitment to maximizing shareholder value. So DMEVS, while it is a very promising business, it does require significant capital to scale effectively. And so by divesting this business, we can allocate our resources more efficiently towards areas with immediate and impactful growth potential. And importantly, the sale is structured to benefit Datametrex and by extension, our shareholders. So milestone-based payouts to Datametrex and the issuance of shares in Graph blockchain provide a way for our shareholders to benefit directly from the future success of DMEVS. So this approach aligns our objective of delivering tangible value back to those who have invested in our vision. Next, I'd like to touch upon Korea. So our Korean tech division has demonstrated steady performance, indicative of our ability to adapt and excel in diverse market environments. This consistent engagement showcases our capability to navigate different market dynamics effectively. And so leveraging our operational strategies and efficiencies from our Korean ventures, we plan to enhance performance across other business units, strengthening our overall business. And so by focusing on these, strategic initiatives, healthcare, the sale of DMEVS and Korea, we're reinforcing the core strengths of our businesses and taking a deep and narrow focus. So this approach is not just about tackling current challenges, but is geared towards ensuring sustainable growth and long-term success.
Yeah, Charles, let me jump in for just a second. This is Marshall here again. Just to reemphasize in the verticals that Charles is talking about in the healthcare industry, we've seen success with that in the past, and we do feel that parts of this are more resilient to market downturns. We've been through terrible market in the last couple of years, et cetera, but we do feel that healthcare is something that's going to be resilient to that, where we see other verticals like the electric charging and stuff that's going to take a lot longer to produce returns and pieces like that. And by having the larger positions and somebody else managing those verticals and moving them out, we believe that we will be able to gain further profit and more profit down the road, both by, as Charles mentioned, the structure of the deal, including cash that can come in, et cetera. And also with the shares that are coming in as Graph blockchain, if they can increase the value here, then Datametrex benefits directly from that. And again, as we were saying earlier, talking about the tech verticals, we are seeing great success and a lot of uptake in Korea, and overseas. So much more uptake than we are in Canada and the U.S. right now. And so this is very promising. It's also something that we're looking into very deeply right now. So Charles, please continue.
Thank you, Marshall. So I just want to end on a little bit on our history and, looking forward as well. So throughout Datametrex's history, we face and overcome a diverse range of challenges. These range from significant write-downs to, the global upheaval caused by COVID-19, to navigating through some of the toughest market conditions, recently. So we've definitely proven our ability to adapt and thrive through these situations. And these experiences, particularly how we turn the challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic into an opportunity for growth, they demonstrate our capacity to, navigate the waters, so to speak, and, capitalize on any opportunities that arise, to leverage them for positive change. So as we look forward, our focus is on aligning with the current market realities. This includes making strategic adjustments within our businesses, considering leadership changes, and facing tough decisions that are, necessary for our long-term success. These steps, although challenging, are taken with a clear vision of strengthening our company and securing sustainable growth. So we are preparing a comprehensive update that will be released shortly. This update will encompass all aspects of our business units and detail the specific strategies and actions we plan on taking to navigate these times. So the upcoming communications, they should provide greater clarity on our direction and the changes we're implementing and our vision for the company and the future of the company. So in conclusion, our journey through various challenges has, not just been about enduring, but evolving and growing. We're poised to face the road ahead with the lessons learned and the strengths we've built and the strategies that we've refined over the years. So Datametrex's story is one of transformation and growth. And I can confidently say that we're more than ready for the next chapter. So I want to thank everyone for your continued support and trust. And we'll have, more announcements and, things to share over the next few days.
Thanks, Charles, for the update. We appreciate it. So as Charles said, we're at management and at Datametrex is preparing a comprehensive update that will be published as soon as we can get it out. And that's going to cover all business units and more in depth on things that we cannot discuss in particular in this forum that have to come out in press releases, etc. So, we've been up before, we've been down before. We'll continue. We'll get through it, and we'll power through. And we hope to bring shareholders and everybody at Datametrex, more value, and etc. We appreciate everybody being here today. We appreciate everybody coming in for the update. Stay tuned for more updates as they come out this week, and we will be sharing those as fast as we possibly can. So thank you very much for being here. We appreciate everybody coming in today, and we will be updating people with more news. We've got a lot more coming in the next few days. And then again, with a comprehensive update that'll follow that as soon as possible. So thank you, everybody. We appreciate it. And please have a good day. Have a great week and stay tuned. We've got more to come. Thanks all.